How are you, folks? Kevin Iole here. UFC Vegas 105 on Saturday over at Apex. A top 10 featherweight matchup. It's going to be my guest right now, Josh Emmett, number 8 against number 10, Lerone Murphy. Josh, how are you? It's been a while since we've seen you.
I know. It's great to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Good to see you. Looking forward to it. I guess let's start off with this. This is kind of a monumental fight for you. Your first fight after the big 4-0. Does that change your outlook on things as you go into this one?
You said after the Mitchell fight, is that what you said?
No. I said after turning 40. So your 40th birthday now.
Oh yeah.
Your first fight after that.
Well, see, you got it wrong. I'm only 20 years old with 20 years experience.
There you go. See, I like that. That's my way of thinking. Believe me. So, how do you feel
Yeah,
like
it's going to be great. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Josh.
No, it's going to be great. I feel better than I did when I was 3 years ago. So this is the time that I just worked on since the long hiatus. I just worked on getting back to 100%. I'm training and fighting the way I used to. So I'm excited to get back in there and show you guys, the old me and the Emmett 2.0.
Those heavy hands at Josh Emmett. We often hear Dana talk about, he believes in ring rust and time in the way. So you've been through it a lot. You're probably the expert at having come back after long layoffs, right? This is the third or fourth time I think you've been out for more than a year and you've come back. What is the key to being able to come back and, kind of being at the top of your game? And you're coming right back in after a year away and you're fighting a top 10 opponent.
Yeah, it's just the way, like, the lifestyle I live, and I'm doing things to get better. This whole 15 months, I've just been doing strength and conditioning, PT. I went down to Cellular Performance Institute 3 times, CPI clinic in Mexico, which is phenomenal. And yeah, just all the recovery modalities I do, the healthy eating, and working on my weaknesses. So I'm more than ready to rock. And I've had 3 long layoffs, and that were over a year. And go look back and see the result when I came back. And that's going to be no different on Saturday night.
Now you are a fairly significant favorite for a UFC main event. Murphy is minus 350, or excuse me, minus 310. You're plus 250 in the fight. He has been a little bit more active. Do you look at that and say activity is a factor? Like, do you think that's what explains the odds otherwise?
No, I think that USADA needs to start testing these odds makers. I don't know what they're thinking, but it is what it is. I could care less. Maybe they're just looking at previous opponents. They're looking at age. Who knows what it's just their opinion. And a lot of these guys that make these lines, they've never fought in their life. They don't, it's their opinion. So I could really care less about it. But a lot of my friends and a lot of the people that do bet on me, they love it when I fight in Vegas because I'm always the underdog.
Yeah, I was going to say the bigger underdog you are, the better it is for them, right? You come through and you cash them some coin.
Exactly, bet the house.
So, I think you and Murphy, both, heavy-handed guys and everything. Do you feel like this is going to play out to be a stand-up fight, or do you think your wrestling will, come into play here?
Yeah, it's like, when's the last time you saw me wrestle in a fight? I plan to stand up and, go tit for tat. I know he was saying that he wanted to stand there and just do the same. So we'll see. I think he has been improving on his wrestling quite a bit. I've seen big improvements in grappling exchanges and wrestling throughout his career. So I know he is well-rounded. He's more of a decorated kickboxer, but I think the fans will they'll be excited to see a stand-up fight.
Do you feel like his grappling in any way won him the fight against Dan Ige? Because like Dan took him down and he managed to get out of positions and whatnot. Do you think that ultimately the grappling sort of was what saved his bacon in that one?
No, I did see him win some like grappling exchanges with Ige, and that was such a close fight. I feel that I know he did get the split decision nod, but like when I was watching that, I thought Ige did enough to win that fight. But I'm just depending on how they score that fight, Ige almost finished him in the first round. Typically, I
Right.
probably would have gave that a 10-8 round, and then but I thought Ige won the first and third. But in the end, Murphy won, and that's all that
Right.
was.
Yeah. I had it the same way. I thought Ige won the fight as well, but one of those things. From your standpoint,
What do we
you
know,
mentioned,
right? What do we know?
yeah, like we just been around a couple of years. That's all. Let me throw this at you. You mentioned Bryce Mitchell at the beginning, and I got a kick out of the fact that it's been what 15 months since you fought him, and like all of a sudden you're becoming a hero for a fight that happened over a year ago. What has that reaction been like? People looking back and saying, "Oh, look at this! What Josh Emmett did to Bryce Mitchell."
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like I kind of feel bad for the guy, and he's I treat people the way they treat me, and every interaction I've had with Bryce, he's been nothing but respectful and just kind to me. So I treat him the same way. I really think he just needs to just be cautious of things he says because he has such a
Yeah.
big platform and a big following. But he's not a bad guy. He's like, but did like when he says things. Anytime he goes on a podcast, a lot of times I see people tagging me in the podcast because you know, he has some thoughts. I'll tell you that. And then especially the last thing he said, that's when it kind of reignited that entire knockout. And you're talking about a hero, but it's like I just kind of feel bad because I'm like, he never gets the end of it. But
Yeah.
that's the fight game and the internet.
Yeah, that's really tough. But were you aware of what he said? Like, did you find out from people like putting the knockout and it kind of went viral a second time?
Yeah, no, 100%. I didn't even know what was going on. My phone was going crazy, and I was just like, maybe they announced another fight that I didn't sign up for. That happened once before, um, and then I saw. I was like, oh my god, it was just going crazy. It was like the number one thing trending on the internet, and I was like, it was insane. And I did an AMA like 6-7 years ago, and this is where I say the internet's undefeated. Someone asked
Yeah.
me who would I like to fight from any time period, and I said I'd love to knock Hitler out, and they pulled that up from a 7-year clip and then put it on us and started making all these memes. I was like, how do they find these things?
Yeah, I can't even find that kind of stuff. That's crazy, crazy good. What is the plan for 2025 look like for you? Like, is this going to be a busy, active year for you?
Yeah, 100%. I want to be as active as possible. I wanted to fight back in early March, but there was no one available supposedly, and then yeah, here we are. Murphy wasn't initially the opponent I wanted because he's behind me in the rankings. I want someone to get me back to the title, but at the end of the day, timing's everything. This year, I'm excited about this year. Saturday, I'm going to go out there and focus on Murphy first. I'm going to go out and perform the way I know I'm capable of, what I can do. I'm gonna put him away, and then yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be as active as possible, and I'm gunning for that featherweight strap.
You fought I don't know how to call him. I'm going to say the former champion Ilya Taporia. I guess technically he's the champion until UFC 314 starts next week. But you fought Ilya Taporia. The division's kind of open though now, right? There's questions. Is Volkanovski? Is he too old? He's fighting Diego Lopez. And everything else. Do you see like the division, being more wide open than it's been in a while?
Yeah, no, I do. I think because Max is going up, isn't Ortega going up? Yeah, it's nice that there's like new blood in the division, and I feel like with a huge statement or just a huge performance on Saturday night, the next weekend is a title fight. I'm in the conversation. Um, but I have to get through Murphy before any of that happens. Otherwise it all means nothing.
Well, there's going to be a good fight on Saturday over at Apex. And you know me, I'm always rooting for the guys with the gray hair or the gray in the beard. So Josh Emmett will root you. In fact, I'm rooting for that
the
too.
hair.
That part I like as well.
Got the same hair.
Josh, brother, I wish you good luck over at Apex on Saturday. Appreciate your time.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. Always good talking to you.
Good talking to you as well. See you.